Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm going to explain how to implement the seat booking process in the flight ticket booking application. I'm using the Pega tool right now. So here I already constructed the flight ticket booking application. So I'm going to create the data type for the seats. Just click on this down arrow, you can go to this data type. Just enter the data type called seats, or you can type flight seats. Just click on submit, and you have to add the properties that are flight ID and the seats available to the flight. For example, if the flight has 50 seats, you have to add all those 50 seats, right? And I'm going to add the property called flight ID. And here I'm only taking the 6 seats, and the seat type should be the checkbox, means the Boolean expression, and submit add under, and A2 type is Boolean, and B1, and the B2, and C1, and the last one C2. Okay, when you click on submit, and the properties are created in the flight seats data type, and you have to configure the records, right? Just click on the records and go to the configure source. So what is the primary key in those properties? So it's a flight ID, right? Flight ID is a unique key, so you have to give the use key as a checkbox. That is, the flight ID is a property. Just click on submit. And just click on close. You have to enter the flight IDs that are in the flight details database. Just go to this flight details database, you can find what are the flight IDs. So here my flight IDs are A001, 002, 003. I have to enter those flight IDs. A001 and A002 and A003, right? Just click on save. And we are done with the data type with the flight seats, and you just go to the case type called ticket booking, and you have to create the step after the selecting flights, right? So just click on this step, and the step name called select seat, and go to configure view, and we have to add the property called select seats. You can name it as select seat, or you can name it as seats. and the type should be embedded. And what's the data object? We already created that. It is flight seats, right? It's just a single record. Just click on submit, and you have to create a view for it. Just click on open and create a view name that is select underscore seats to understand. It's the property view. View means section in Pega, right? Uh, let's open the view. So I don't need this flight ID as a property to display to the user. Just I'm going to delete this flight ID property. Just click on submit and click on save. So I want to display this UI after the select flights process to the user. Just drag and drop the step here and let me run the case type. Save and run. So I'm logging to the application. Just click on login and enter the credentials. So I'll have the account in it. I'm entering my credentials. The basic login, right? When you click on submit, it will log in. So if you want this type of login, there is already video in my channel. You can go through it. And I'm going from India to USA. Date. Whenever you click on search, it will display you the available flights to the user. Whenever you click on this get it button, it will move to the next step. So there you can find the available seats, right? But I want to change this select seats UI. So how can you do this? Just go to the live UI and just hover on any seat. Just click on crosshair icon. It will redirect to the section. And click on this convert to full section editor. By you click on this convert to full section editor, you can customize the UI. Click on submit. So I want the A1, A2 it beside and the B1, B2 is beside. So I want to drag and drop a dynamic layout. So it is inline grid double. Inline grid double and submit. Just drag another two dynamic layouts and change the second dynamic layout to inline grid double. And drag the dynamic layouts in the second dynamic layout again, the two dynamic layouts. And you can change these dynamic layouts to the again inline grid triple. So I'll tell you why I said the inline grid table dynamic layout. Just inline grid table, click on submit. and just drag the A1 to here and A2 to the second dynamic layout, and you have to do the dynamic layout same. Drag and drop the dynamic layouts, and set all these dynamic layouts to inline grid triple. And call the B1 property to the second dynamic layout, and call the B2 in this fourth dynamic layout, and call the C1 to the fifth dynamic layout, and call the C2 to the sixth dynamic layout, and fine. And you have to call the two images. So just go to the data capture and go to the image, right? Data display and the image. You have to paste the image here. You can understand why I'm implementing the two images here. Just copy these, or you can simply drag and drop. And you have to take the two image icon. That one is available seats, that another one is the blocked seat, right? So you have to import those two images. Just go to the records and go to the technical and go to the binary file. You have to create the two binary files. Create. So I'm already downloaded the two PNG files for the seats. So I'm going to create the binary file rule. So one is available and the directory web wb web, and my file extension should be the png. Create and open. So I'm going to upload the file. So I uploaded the two icons, that is the blocked icon and another one is the available icon. For the time saving purpose, I'm skip the path. Just go and copy this path and go to your section and just click on this picture control, and you just copy the path and click on slash. Go to the custom and hit the size 30/30. It's better. Click on submit. So you can see it's available, and you have to upload all the available like this only. Image copy, slash and custom 30/30. Have to copy, click on submit, and similarly you have to set all the pictures. And similarly you have to copy the blocked seat path. Just copy this path and do the same. And copy this again, go to custom, you have to set the 30/30. And we are uploaded all the icons with respect to all the seats. Just click on save and click on actions. Click on actions and preview the UI. So here the thing is, whenever you click on the checkbox, it should display the seat should be in the blockwood, right? So when the checkbox is unselected, so you have to display seat is available, right? So for this condition, you have to write a visibility condition on both the images, that is icons. Just double click on this icon and you have to go to the visibility and go to the condition and you have to write a condition dot a1 is double equal to true. It's false, right? Sorry, it's false. A1 is double equal to false. It should be the visible. And here you can, in this icon, you can write A1, the property A1 is equal to true. It should be the visible, right? So similarly, you have to write condition for all those seats. So let me skip this part. Created the condition for all the seats. Let me save and actions preview. So you can see whenever I click on the A1 checkbox, it will visible. Whenever it deselecting, it is visible, right? When I click on checkbox, it's visible. When I'm deselecting, so it's visible, right? So just go to the, just go to close all the tabs and go to the ticket booking case type and just save and run and go to login, submit, how to enter my credentials, submit. Search for the flights. So you can see whenever I click on get it, the price is data transform to the another step, that is the number of ticket step, right? So same like that, whenever I click on get it, the flight ID should be transformed to the next step. Whenever I click on get it, the A001, when I click on the A001 flight ID, right? So the A001 ID should be data transformed to this step. So that it has to display all the A001 details from the database. Means, so let me refresh, and so it has to display A001 seats. So these seats are available. It's not blocked. When it's blocked, for example, let me block the A2 and click on save. It's blocked. It will display the A2 is blocked. So how can we implement that? So you have to data transform the A001 flight ID to the one temporary variable, right? Just click on the App Explorer and create one temporary variable. In the work ticket booking class, just right click on it, create data model and go to the property, and you have to create a temp flight ID, or you can add temp ID. The name is you can anything, and create and open and go to save. And we already constructed the data transform in the get it button, right? Just go to the data flight details. There you can find the data transform, that is DT price. If you don't know this flight ticket booking application, you don't worry about it. There is a all about data transforms video in my channel. You can go through it, or you can create a data transform in the data class, and you can perform in the get it button. So I already created a data transform and transferring the price as a source and targeting to the ticket price, right? So I have to transfer my source as flight ID to the work page dot temp ID and click on save. Why I'm transferring the flight ID means, so I have to fetch all the flight ID seats whenever it's going to the respect to UI, right? Just go to the, let me copy this flight ID. Just go to the work, that is work flight details. Just expand these flight details and go to the data model and go to the properties. There you can find the property called, so we already create the select seats property. So it's a single page property. Okay. Just go to the refer to data page option. Just click on it. And just when you click on drop down, it will show you the pages. Just you click on the page and you have to paste the temporary ID, right? So we are applying the temporary ID A001 and A002 as a parameter to this page. So it will fetch all the seats with respect to the A001, A002 to the screen. Okay, when you click on save, let me run and show you how it works. Let me open the launch portal and click on create ticket booking and log in. How to enter the credentials. Click on submit and from India to USA, right? So on the date when I click on search, it will display the available flights. So it's my A001 ID. Okay, just click on get it. So it's showing that the seat is already booked. The A2 is already in the true form. Why? So means so we already blocked the seat, right? So in the database we already blocked the seat when I click on save. So that's why it's showing the A001 seats. The A2 is blocked. So but whenever the user can deselect, what will happen? User can easily deselect, right? But if you want to restrict the user for the already blocked seat deselected, so you have to write a disable condition on the A2. Just go to the settings and go to the live UI and go to this hover on the checkbox and you just click on it and just go to this dev studio and it will redirect to the section and you just have to open the A1 property. There you can find the disable condition, disable expression. So you have to write an expression that is A1 is equal to true. It should be disabled, right? And same like you have to upload all the A2 and A3 all the seats. You have to write the condition for all the seats. Let me write disable condition A2 is true and the B2 is equal to true. C1 is double equal to true. C2 is double equal to true. Click on save and go to the case type. Click on save and go to the portal. Let me launch the portal again. Create a ticket booking case. So log in, click on submit and have to enter the credentials and search for the flights and just click on get it There you can see the A2 is already disabled. Why? Because it's already booked by another customer, right? So the second requirement you have to implement is whenever customer click on this A1, whenever customer click on this A1, so whenever you click on submit, it should has to save into the database, right? So how can we save this? A1 is a blocked one seat, so into the database. So we have to create the savable database. So just go to the step and click on more and add save data page and click on select, and you just have to create the data type and expand the flight seats and go to the savable existing savable data page, and you have to save as. So that is save flight details, create and open, and go to the parameters and click on no and go to definition and just click the source as dt, that is data transform, and dt seats as a data transform. Click on crosshair icon, so click on create and open. So you just have to construct the data transform logic, so that is we are copying the py workpage properties to the source. Just enter the py workpage and the class go work flight tickets. Go to definition and the source is pa workpage dot select seats dot flight id, and the target should be also the flight id. And similarly you have to give all the seats, those are 6 seats I think, so I have to add the 6 steps. And your page dot select seat, let me copy these, dot a2 b1 b2 c1 c2, and same you have to map the properties a1 to a1, a2 to a2, one to b2, c1 to c2, and click on save. So you just created the data transform, you have to call in the savable data page. Just update the data transform again and click on save. So you just copy this savable data page and paste in this step, and after whenever enter the passenger details you have to save the seats, right? Or you can save the after the payment also you can call the savable data page. For the best practice we have to call the savable data page after the payment only. So after the payment only the seat should be blocked, right? So I just want to delete the page here and add the automation step. Why? Because so after the payment confirmation only we are saving the seats, right? We are blocking the seats. So just that's why I'm calling the savable data page after the payment. And click on save. Let me close all the tabs. Just go to the click on the ticket booking case type. Click on login, submit A001 and the password is rules. Click on submit and from India to USA, search for it. The available flights and just click on get it. And there you can see the A2 seat is already booked. We can't do anything. So just click on the A1. I'm selecting A1 seat. Just click on submit and the number of tickets should be the one, and I'm doing the net banking random values. It's not a perfect payment gateway, right? It's a demo one. Just click on submit. The payment confirmation will take place and the email is generated to the user. The dev studio and just click on the flight seats and you can see the seats is updated. So you have selected the A1, right? So the A1 seat is selected. So if you can't find so A1 seat is selected in you doing your application, just click on refresh and you just check the parameters which you are given are not in the pages, and you have to clone the existing pages. You don't need to overwrite the out of the box page. You have to clone the existing pages, so then only it will create. So let me run the case again. I will show you the A1 and A2 seats should be the blocked or not. Let me run the case type and click on login and click on submit and submit again. Search for the flight. And in this flight the two seats are blocked, right? Just click on get it and here you can see the A1 and A2 is blocked. So this is how you can implement the seat blocking process in the flight ticket booking application by using the Pega tool. You can use in the bookmyshow application and the redbus application and from the hospitality management, like when you want to book a slot for the doctor to appoint. So for these scenarios you can use. So this requirement where so many where students are asking from the last 1 month. Sorry for that, guys. So I have no time to do that. So I'm in another work. So in this week I'm mostly free. So I'm try to do all the requirements which you asked in my comment section. So if you like my knowledge, if you want more videos like this, please subscribe to my channel. You can share my channel to your friends, so it will most very and helpful to me. So if you have any doubts, please comment below. So that's all about this video, guys. Thank you. Bye bye.